to be selected. Djokovic opens with the service. It is 4:22 Eastern Time in New York. Wow, that's a great start. Nadal, with good reason, thought he already had a winner with his first drop shot.
Well, it's a drop shot off the drop shot, and it's so smart to play that. But Djokovic is really quick, and there were so many questions about him losing too much weight to lose that strength, weight behind his shot, but he adds the quickness.
Well, a great point to start. I should point out you're seeing some shadows on the court at this time of day. They'll start to work their way across the court from left to right as you're looking at it now. And that'll take about 40 to 45 minutes, and then the court will be covered fully in shadow. And at that time, they will turn on the lights, even though it's still effectively daylight. But because this is such a deep bowl, they want to illuminate it and try and have an even flooding of light right into the darkness.
I love the science to when you turn the lights on. There's a guy assigned to the shadows, watching the shadows, turning on the lights. His fingers on the trigger right now, ready to flip that switch.
Very light breeze down on the court. Wind will not be a factor today unless it changes dramatically over the course of the match. Drop shot, and okay, Nadal owed him that one. Punished it with a winner.
I don't think Nadal was ready for a drop shot in the first point, but there's no doubt it is clear that Djokovic has a winning formula, and in his mind, he's going to try to bring Nadal up to the net as much as possible and really force him to think about where he's going to be playing his ground strokes, from the baseline or around the net. Game by both players. This time Nadal, if you look at his strategy here, just to slice this ball that completely throws off Djokovic.
These players have a long history for two young men. They go back to 2006. They played for the first time on the clay at Roland Garros in the quarterfinals. Nadal won that. Djokovic retired with a lower back injury. 14-7, Nadal holds the lead. Great pass from Nadal. And he breaks in the opening game.
Well, one of the things I really picked out in both of their practice sessions leading into this match was Nadal was first continuing to work on that big flat serve in the deuce court wide. He's improved his first serve velocity about 12 miles an hour. That is a huge jump based on just a small tweak in his grip. Now he's more continental. He pronates more into the ball, which gives him more velocity. He's a big, strong guy anyway, but he's serving much better, and it showed throughout this tournament. Djokovic, on the other hand, as he goes to his left ankle, and this is an issue that he had in the Federer match a couple times. It rolled over, but obviously didn't affect him during that long five-setter.
It doesn't look like he has any special wrap. There may be something underneath. I suspect some tape underneath that sock, but nothing, really obvious or higher than you might expect from. He did hurt it once yesterday and then aggravated it one more time.
2 days ago.
2 days ago, exactly. It would have been yesterday, but for the rain. And in fact, that's another reason why I was happy to have the day off, I'm sure.
The modern player today slides a lot on hard courts. you know, my generation never did. I mean, it was just, you never even thought about it. I mean, it was just so tough on the body, and now it's almost commonplace.
I've got a question for you about that when we get a chance. The players have shoes they wear for the grass and shoes they wear for the clay. The hard court shoes, have they asked the manufacturers to change the sole slightly so that maybe they can slide a little bit more?
That's a very good question. No, it's basically the stock what you see in the pro shops and in all the stores. I would say there's probably more support or cushion.
About 15.
I know, you know, when I played, the manufacturers used to specially make a boot, or in this case the shoe, around your shoe. Guys are wearing orthotics now, but as far as the actual texture or design of the bottom for the hard court, no. That would help them slide.
Great forehand from Nadal. That was a decent return from Djokovic on that difficult service from the lefty.
I think the one thing that Djokovic will find when he's playing Nadal is that Nadal's not going to give him 68 unforced errors like Federer did. Federer plays more aggressive. Federer's going to do a few more things, but not be as consistent as Nadal. And I think that's going to be a problem for Djokovic in this final. Very stingy Nadal. He doesn't play any soft games. You notice that? I mean, Nadal is always, you know, almost bullet-like in his focus, his single-minded approach to winning.
30-15 for the number one. Right on the line. Here he comes. Well done.
That backhand right there, Tim. Sorry about that, but that's the backhand that Nadal was working on in the warm-up. That one right deep down the middle where he had to hit passing shots and ground strokes. And he was directing that ball cross-court and down the line. The first one was good. The second one was wide. I love watching practice because you can really pick up a lot of nuggets what their thought process is walking into these matches.
30 all. I would have been out there with you, but the autographed hounds around you, you know, I couldn't get near the fences, so I just kept on walking. You had a lineup there. Just missed a long rally. Great shot making by both players. Again, Nadal, unlike just a few years ago in the same tournament, he's right up on the baseline, keeping Djokovic 8 to 10 feet behind. Game point. A 2-love lead, opening set. Missed it. Nadal holds, and
Nadal leads 2-0 first set. The players ask that you do not disturb them during the point. Thank you.
I don't
Very
think the
important.
players are asking. The players are demanding it. But that's the New York crowd. I mean, for Djokovic, for anybody playing Nadal, that's part of the deal when you show up at the U.S. Open. The crowd likes to get involved. A couple of guys get a few adult beverages in them, and all of a sudden, in the middle of a point, they're going to talk.
He no doubt heard something that bothered him, but on the other hand, I think he had already struck the shot.
Right.
It only missed by a hair, and he was just stroking beautifully there.
Well, 15.
Plus, remember, there's a lot of tension on him right now to get off to a start here, any kind of start, outside of a bad start. 0-2, love 15, and he's had some good rallies, but he's losing them.
Quickly to love 30.
Love 30.
It must be frustrating when you can hit groundies as well as he did in that last rally, but the ball comes back so well and so deeply that he has no chance to come ahead and make an offensive play at the net. So he's got to hit winners from back there.
Not to mention it comes back
15,
quicker
30.
than it ever was before. I mean, he's playing Nadal over the last couple of years. Nadal's been about 3 or 4 feet, maybe 5 feet deeper in the baseline,
Right.
allowing him to react. Now, remember, they haven't played it all this year, and you pointed that out.
Exactly. Now, this is a newer version. This is a Nadal 3. Nadal 1 was that impressive youngster who came into the French Open as a teenager and had a service that was already troubling to a lot of people and could run around all day. Now he's up to version 3 with the big first serve that he hand-tooled just before this tournament began. He's bigger, stronger, and wants this Grand Slam win on the hard court of the U.S. Open.
One of the things that I've picked up on so far early on in this match that I didn't see from Djokovic before is he's really seems to be pounding the forehand side of Nadal and trying to get some airs that way. Whereas in the previous 3 wins, he went down the line a lot with his backhand to go to the backhand of Nadal.
Good hold for Djokovic. Good serving, solid play. 2-1.
Nadal leads 2-1 first set.
Tim Ryan with Luke Jensen. We're 3 games into this men's final of the U.S. Open. Djokovic getting a hold after being broken in the first game. There's some people taking seats down in the lower boxes, and that's caught the eye of Nadal. So he's waiting for them to settle in. Both of these players have been here many times before, so they know what to expect, but they'll do whatever they can naturally to avoid being distracted. Forehand long from Nadal. That's a couple of forehand errors.
15.
And that seems to be the side that Djokovic has decided to go to on, basically in this match. But a different approach, almost saying, I'm going to go here, and then as the match progresses, I'm going to go after your backhand later on in the set.
I'm eager to see how he deals with both of the serves in the ad court. He didn't go with the high hard one on the first serve. He did with that one. 127 down the tee.
15 all.
Watched it. Forehand again.
15-30.
15-30. By the way, I want you to get your brother Murphy to YouTube up the impression he does of the Nadal serve.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, 'cause I would like very much to see that.
Of all the things he studies on the court, he's studying mannerisms.
Of course, right.
Come on, man. What about the way this guy hits the ball?
It's much more fun to do a mannerism. Again, tried the big flat one there and was headed down the tee 129 miles per hour. Now, this is the one I'm really eager to see, and how Djokovic handles it. Not bad. He got a forehand swing. That's good.
You're absolutely right. He had a big point in the second serve, and Djokovic just kind of sat on it, and he's the only guy so far in this tournament that has been able to, at least so far early on in this match, handle that nasty lefty spin.
Pretty all. Djokovic, he can slice it well. Well, that's just some excellent tennis. Absolutely excellent.
It's fun to see thought throughout the course of the point. You can actually almost sense that their brains are working shot for shot. What do I play here? Where do I play it? What kind of spin? What kind of approach? And Djokovic really is forcing Nadal to do more than just battle with these big, heavy ground strokes. He's already pulling Nadal into some other ways of hitting the ball.
He's got his first break point. He's down a break. Remember, he dropped the first game on his service. This is with the heat, 132. Let's see if he comes to the backhand. Last time, remember, there was a good return by Djokovic with the forehand. Same place. Break by Djokovic. Game on.
Isn't it interesting? You went 2 times in a row with that second serve with the forehand. And every time he went to the backhand, he pulled Djokovic way off the court.
USOpen.org is where you can follow all of this fascinating statistical stuff. Remember, Nadal has only been broken twice coming into this match. This is just the 3rd time he's been broken. So there's lots of interesting stuff to follow through in the course of this match. Dial up USOpen.org, stick the computer right by your TV set, and you're going to have a ball all day long. Oh, bad miss there by Djokovic.
Love 15.
Weak backhand at 15. A little trouble for Djokovic already. of 30. Hesitated before coming in there, but you have to like the way he's thinking though.
Well, yeah, he had to come in behind this because he's kind of forced in. But here's the thing: he didn't expect the slice to be so good. And remember, he did this a lot throughout the tournament, but he didn't do it against Rafael Nadal, who's probably the best passer in the game as far as playing defense and hitting passing shots.
So you better have a very good approach.
You better be very, definitive with what you're trying to do, and you cannot question your attack.
So 3 break points, Nadal. And a second serve. That's wide.
This time to offer a top spin approach.
15.
Comes in deep into the corner, gets in a little tighter on that, and because he's in closer, Djokovic forces Nadal into a tougher passing shot, and he pushes it wide.
Yeah, and you have to like the fact that he tried it again right away, though, that he wasn't going to kind of abandon it for a game or two. That he believes in himself, this guy. He really does, and I think a lot of followers of Djokovic think he's kind of a space cadet in a way, and
we're going around the world. Do you think the world understands what a space cadet is?
Well, I'll have to figure out a way to explain that to our friends in Namibia and Hong Kong and Oceania. I'm looking at. That's a great forehand.
Well, there's no doubt in the past it was more about, the arena and the flair and the moment, where now he really is truly a great competitor. I mean, he used to do all these little things in between points.
Well, that's what I meant by being a space cadet.
You're right.
Spacey.
Maturity really helps all competitors, and there's no doubt Djokovic now saving a couple of break points. He's really lifted his game and maturity level at this level.
Saw his parents there and his supporters. Good. And that's long. Nadal, I think he thought maybe that was long, but it isn't challenging. See him looking.
Yeah, but he's got to challenge that right away, Tim.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. No, it was one of those ones he wasn't sure, but he took a good look afterward. But it was an excellent shot, and it's there on the paint. So he's gotten out of 3 break points down. Deuce it 2-all. Good serve. 112, but well placed, wide.
It's part of his game that really is kind of been a question at times, and we've watched this where his serve has gone off, especially early on in this tournament. Finds the mark there.
Game point. Whoa, bad miss hit. All that work to get out of 3 breakers. He's still at deuce. break points, 4 in the game.
Advantage Nadal.
Rolling rallies. And one thing you and I have commented on during the course of this tournament is that Nadal has really not been able to do much with his return of serve, the actual return of serve. I don't mean the game, but he can't seem to find a punishing shot off the service of virtually every player that he's faced so far. And it kind of gives Djokovic a little bit more confidence, I would think, that he's going to be able to hit another ball and get control of the point as a server should. Now it's a second serve, which changes the equation. Let's see how Nadal plays this one. Break point again.
Well, you talked about the third version of Nadal. Version 1 and 2, basically a grinder and then made some tweaks. But one of the things we talked about in version 3 is how he stepped up closer to the baseline to take the ball earlier. And in that philosophy, the one thing that will be effective most is that the return of serve. The ball's on you faster. It's the fastest shot from your opponent. So maybe that's the toughest thing for him to adjust to, being in this position, because on clay, he's usually further back.
Well, each of them makes a bad error, one point after the other, keeping this game going. And again, a break point opportunity for Nadal. This is his 5th in the game. Djokovic started off love 40. You can see, in addition to the shadows, cloud has come across here to even the light.
Well, that's the backhand down the line that I've seen through the last 3 matchups with Rafael Nadal. Cincinnati, Paris, and then the World Championships, where it was Djokovic using this shot right here, stepping up. See that line wide open for Djokovic, and he hits his target. And Nadal has got to respect the other side, so he has to play a balanced defense on his baseline and leaves that wide open area for Djokovic.
Good serve. He had to do a 360 on it. Get back to the center line. Oh, miss hit that went over. Can't get to that one. 6th break point.
Another thoughtful point from Rafael Nadal. Goes with the little Chips Ahoy, going Keebler on us with the slice, and then he rips a backhand to throw Djokovic completely off, and Djokovic, he's not going to start, he's not banging his head yet, but I think that's when he's down in the match.
That'll be next.
That's right. Go to the shoes and start working your way up.
Thank you.
I tell you what, if Nadal doesn't break, he's going to be talking to himself. This is his 6th opportunity in this game. That's a really good forehand with power, and it's going to be challenged.
That racket is going to the garbage.
The racket is not challenging, right? He's bagging well.
He's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to try to rush these guys, but he wants to keep them on target within the rules.
25 seconds. Points.
About this throughout the tournament. I truly believe that they just have a clock at the end zone of both of these guys on each side. It's just 25 seconds, folks.
Right.
And if you miss it,
The little buzzer goes out.
yeah, you lose the
Code
point.
violation.
Yeah.
You lose a point. Well, so much gets written off in terms of ritual. Well, sorry, you know, you can go to a yoga class for ritual. But
Well, yeah, but what they're saying, it happens every time. Hey, these guys don't go to their towel every time. They don't bounce the same amount of times every time.
no, that's true.
Boy, has Nadal really made it a point to be more aggressive from the baseline. In practice earlier today, what he was really doing was using a couple of like off-pace shots and then exploding. Here, he just unleashes the beast throughout the entire point.
The 15 all. You know, Djokovic has shown he can stay with him, but you'd have to give the advantage in that kind of slugging to Nadal. Therefore, Djokovic is always looking to find a way to come in, break that rhythm, throw a drop shot, do something, so that he's not in those long rallies forever. That's just too good for Nadal.
30-15.
Physically wearing points, each one of them.
There's that big pop we talked about. 12 miles an hour increase on average for Nadal. It's then 132 miles an hour. And that, can you imagine, you're the rest of the field and now you're saying, this guy just got an extra 12 miles.
Right.
Seriously. But if you work for it, you're going to find it. I mean, this guy works so hard on the practice court, Nadal. Looking for every advantage.
So a little easier hold for Nadal. 4-2.
Nadal leads 4 games to 2 for set.
Very nice crowd here for a Monday. And that's a tribute to the two players and certainly to the number one, Rafael Nadal.
And how much you paid for the tickets.
Right.
You're paying some serious coin for those lower box seats. Hey, we're going to the match.
The market can wait.
That's right.
Sales reports, etc. Shot. Djokovic could use an easier service game than the last one. Try to bear down here and close this out. Good serve.
4D love.
Love, that was excellent serving. 123 to the corner.
Nadal leads 4 games to 3 for set.
Well, that's the forehand that is really his bread and butter, that ability to run, kind of move into his backhand corner and then hit that inside out or inside in, which is kind of cross court, but he has so much velocity and wrist snap and torque off of it. Very hard to get back for Djokovic.
Idea, although Rafael was on the move in that direction, but even though he's very good at this one he just didn't hit well.
He's playing a very good player who has pursuit powers, probably better than anyone else as far as moving around the court. And Nadal puts pressure on the drop shot just based on foot speed. That's just a hammer. I mean, it's 128 miles an hour. And he's just leaning into it right now. Now that he's up a break and he can feel a little bit more confident and loose, he can unleash some bigger serves.
40 love to get to 5-3.
Nadal's going to go to the sideline for a freshly strung racket. And a couple of things going into this tournament, I truly believe Nadal had going for him. He was healthy. In years past, he had fatigue, knee problems, back problems. I also believe that serve, that serve has been a big factor in this whole process. And then finally, and we haven't talked about it, having Andy Murray lose, who's always been kind of a nemesis to him.
He gives him problems, yeah.
Really helped that draw kind of break open. He got Verdasco in the quarters, Lopez in the round of 16. You know, guys that he knows that he kind of dominates. He still had to earn the victories. And I'm thinking the racket to the head's got to be coming at least in the next set.
Strings to the head. Well, it turned it around in the Federer match in his favor, so it may be the case. He's over there mumbling in Serbian in the direction of his box. 15-all. You see whether Dad still had the T-shirt with.
Yeah, he did.
He does.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine why he would change.
Day 15. You got to go with the streak. You never mess with a winning streak.
And again, to repeat the people who didn't hear it, but Nadal was asked about that, and he said, "Well, I wouldn't wear that T-shirt, but he's my dad. He can wear whatever he wants." This cloud, I hate to say, is starting to look a little ominous. I haven't turned the lights on yet. I'd say that's any minute now. It's long from Nadal.
Djokovic is actually serving a nice clip. He's serving right now at 78% first serves in. He's got 3 aces, no double faults. Where Nadal is, about 57% first serves in, no aces, no double faults. But he's been very tidy with his service games. Where Djokovic just over the last service game and now this service game is freer. Doesn't it seem like he's got a looser arm and he's hitting bigger serves?
Yeah, no question. 40-15, game point for 5-4. Misses on the first serve there. Well served by Djokovic, but now Nadal will be serving for the first set.
Nadal leads 5-4 first set.
Tim Ryan with former touring pro Luke Jensen, coach of the Syracuse women's tennis team. And we are enjoying this hard-fought first set. Nadal, the top seed, serving for the set at 5-4.
That is an awesome combination of big serve, 117 miles an hour into the body to get the short ball reply and then open up with the big forehand. That's really the modern game. We started seeing that from Lendl back in the 80s. Big serve, big forehand. And the game really gravitated towards that type of strategy.
Djokovic was there, just didn't make a good stroke. And handling that serve fairly well out there, but that one he nets. Pretty love. 2 points from the set for Nadal. Side. Couldn't clear it, trying to get down the line. 30-15. See the lights just been turned on. And there is a cloud. It's still quite high, but it's there. It's covering us entirely now. Drive again from Nadal. 40-15.
Now, if he converts here on this set point, it'll be the first set he's won against Djokovic in 9 sets. The last 9 sets. Now, they haven't played this year. This is all 2009, all on hard courts. But what a great statement for Nadal.
Already had an ace.
That's the serve he was practicing this morning more than any other serve in his bag of tricks.
Djokovic, he knew it when he hit it. And so the first set goes to the top seed, Rafael Nadal.
6 games to 4.
Nadal with a set in hand, Djokovic serving. Just long, late call, but it's out.
Well, for Djokovic, you want to get off to a nice start. You start serving better as the set wore down in the first set. Get your nose out in front, establish that lead, and then lean on Nadal. It's probably time to ditch the drop shot at this point because Nadal seems to be onto that tactic.
He got a short reply that time, and he was coming in behind it. Got it. Love, he likes this start. He'll close it out with a love game, his opening service. Remember, he was broken in the first game of the match. Didn't recover from that. Nadal broke him once more after Djokovic had broken back to 2-all. Long. Little change of pace, lifting the MPHs on that. And Nadal knocked long. Good hold. You can see the sizable crowd. A few of the seats left at the top.
You see Djokovic had a nice first serve percentage, but he lost that early game. And that really set the tone. Even though he fought back early on, it was Nadal who kind of kept reestablishing his presence along the baseline. And I think Nadal now is kind of leveled out. You know, he broke that racket that seemed to have mellowed him out and gotten some nervous tension out.
Djokovic.
Yeah, Djokovic. Yeah. I'm sorry, Djokovic. And Nadal's just he's just basically a snowplow. He just keeps coming at you.
In fact, we've both seen Nadal for a long time, since he was a teenager. I don't recall ever seeing him break a racket or really throw a racket.
Tony,
not with Uncle Tony in attendance.
We had a great New York Times article on that.
Yeah.
Uncle Tony does not stand for any of that stuff.
And he listens to Uncle Tony. His coach and traveling father. Tony's the brother of his dad and Sebastian, and the brothers are close, and so it's like he's got two dads, one at home and one traveling. Whew, that's too good. The big one, 125 down the center line.
Boy, can you imagine the excitement Nadal must feel knowing that he's got a cannon now as a first serve, and it's only going to get better as he moves forward in his career. And this is a brand new kind of approach for him, because now he's, with one swing, he can win points like this, where in the past he didn't really have that confidence hit this big because he just didn't have that many miles an hour, and it was just a tweak with his grip, going a little bit more continental, a little bit more hammer grip on it. He didn't lose the performance from his other serves. So when they talked about it, he said, I haven't been doing weights or anything like that. I just kind of moved my grip over and just experimenting, and what do you know?
Yeah, Djokovic does with the spinning, twisting, jumping, bumping shot that he knows is coming now. Deuce side. That's good. Oh, good. I think he returns him as well as anybody on the tour. Wouldn't you say?
The best that I've seen this tournament.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think another guy that does well, and another two-hander, is Andy Murray.
Yes.
But Andy Murray stands much further back. He lets the ball kind of slow down and let the spin kind of take its course before he hits it. Djokovic is closer into the process.
Yeah, he is, and eager to get to the baseline after he hits it. Well, that's one of the knocks at Murray, is that he isn't offensive-minded enough. All the skills he has.
We've seen that from, let's say, a Monfils. We've seen that from Andy Roddick. Once the point gets started, he's too far back behind the baseline, too defensive.
Well, that's good. Now, he could have been in behind that. Nice touch. That's great.
Boy, to really have the thought process and the confidence to go back to that drop shot. Remember, these drop shots haven't been working in this match. And then here, it really does pay off because he sets it up. Look how far Nadal is behind the baseline for him to close in on that ball.
Well, deuce. Djokovic would dearly love to get a break in this second game of the second set. Late call, but was out. Yep. And after it, not that long. So Nadal
One game all, second set.
escapes and 1-all. Up.
Love 15.
Spaniard was ready for it this time.
He almost kind of picked it off. You can see right away Nadal was in a full sprint and caught it just in time. He was able to play that backhand slice deep.
That's a good shot. I think Nadal hesitated just a split second, thinking that he was going behind him. Wrong footing, and a nice little turn on that forehand by Djokovic to the line. $15-all. Well-played point, Djokovic. 30-15. Just that little extra 5 or 6 miles an hour he crunches on it. You can hear the difference on his racket. And then you know his opponent's going to have to be stretching for something, or if it comes right at him, he's got to have the racket face exactly right. You just kind of expect it's going to wind up being Nadal's point. You can almost hear it. You can hear it. 30-all. I like the serve and volley idea, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it's again, it's creating a doubt and confusion sometimes from the other side to make the other side think that you may do something. It would force them to hit a shot they don't want to hit.
Nice shot. I think that started out as a defensive shot.
And a miss hit. You
Yeah.
can see Djokovic put up his hand and saying he was sorry. I really don't know where the tradition came from there in a gentleman's sport where you hit a shank lucky shot, you win the point, and then you're sorry for winning the point. No, you're sorry. Give the point back.
Now, have you been, put the hand up guy with the net cords and so on?
You know, I on my net cord winners, I'm trying to do that. It's my
Oh,
only shot.
of course. Okay, so right. Well, then that negates any notion of putting up your hand in apology. Good angle on that. That's great playing, Djokovic. Good hold. 2-1 in the second.
Djokovic leads 2-1, second set. First set, Nadal.
No, Tim, if you talk to many players that I played against on the tour, they would say I was more of a sorry tennis player than sorry for mishitting shots.
Djokovic becoming the number 2 ranked player with his victory over Roger Federer in the semifinal. That had happened before, you may recall, where he had moved ahead of Federer in the standings and the rankings. Now their fans being a little bothersome. Nadal at 1-2. Off the line.
Remember, Djokovic lost the first set 7-5 to Roger Federer in the semis and then came storming back in the second. And this is really where Djokovic will want to try to make his move. Again, keep his nose out in front, not allow Nadal to feel comfortable in this match, even though Nadal is up a set.
Well, I think most players, even the top guys, would not feel comfortable coming back from 2 down against Nadal or Federer. I mean, they're good front-running players. So it's just critical, I think, for Djokovic to win the second set. Now you're in a 2 out of 3. Anything can happen.
But of all the guys on the tour that could feel confident would be Djokovic against this guy, just because he's won the last 3 times in straight sets. Not at a Grand Slam. It wasn't, 3 straight, but, 2 sets each match on a hard court.
Nadal, by the way, has 11 errors, 4 of them in this set, and we've only played 4+ games, 3+ games. We're in the 4th game.
Very similar to what Federer went through in this forgettable set, losing at 6-1
exactly
to Djokovic.
.131. Now we'll see the kicker. Ooh. First double fault. And that was a really bad miss. I mean, that's a rare event. See him completely stuff it like that.
Well, that nerves. I mean, everybody has it. Even the number 1 player in the world. Everybody gets nervous. Everybody's going to have their little hiccups. It's how you get out of it.
3 break points, Djokovic. Long break. Djokovic played every ball right down the middle of the court, right at Nadal until the last one.
You notice how deep those shots were?
Excellent, right to the line.
Yeah, consistently putting Nadal into a rally ball scenario, and eventually it was Djokovic with the ball when he could pull across. And you see Dad as emotional as ever.
Yeah, USOpen.org, it's tracking this championship match, and Last day of the U.S. Open. You can get U.S. Open merchandise as souvenirs. And order online at the shop. Just link you over to that. International shipping is available. Oh, wow. I mean, he just took him on with that fearsome forehand. 4 shots, 5 shots in a row. Nadal pounding away, and then comes the other way for the winner.
And all of a sudden, a nice run for the Serbian. Really started with his nice serving, holding towards the end of the first set, and it's continued.
Out. We love Djokovic. Wow. 40 love.
Boy, it seems like he has really picked up on something here in the second set. Ball's not as deep from Nadal, and there's Djokovic wailing on his ground strokes. This is what we saw at the end of the match against Federer in the semis. Down double match point, he played his best tennis, Djokovic did, to come back and win.
Another winner, and just flat-footed Nadal. Love 15 on another errant forehand. 13 unforced. More of them have been on that threatening forehand than on his backhand.
Well, he goes for more. You know, when he's taking those big cuts, especially off of deep balls from Djokovic, he's going to lose control a little bit because he is going for a little bit more off of a difficult shot. Well, the one thing Djokovic did against Federer is he passed backhand cross court. This time he tries to go down the line. It looks like Nadal is covering that ball, and it's over the high part of the net. And boy, it seems like Djokovic has really lifted his level and has been able to put a lot of dents into the Nadal game plan, just like he did against Federer in the second set.
That's a nice volley there. That gives Nadal a lift, a little fist pump after the nice touch shot at the net.
And you can see how serious the world #1 is, and he knows he's in a spot. He's having to come up with drop volleys like this. Beautiful technique, changes his grip to that continental hammer grip just to get underneath the ball and cut it. And Djokovic is really finding the mark. Now with his ground strokes, lots of winners now from the forehand side. 8 in the set. In the first set, he only had 2 forehand winners. Had no backhand winners. Talking about Djokovic in this set. It's been all forehand.
He's feeling it for sure. Looking on that return. No doubt having the rain day come along to give him a day off helped him in large ways. Such an emotionally draining and physically draining 5-setter against Federer. The second match on. Nadal, not without a struggle, holds.
The toughest thing to do in tennis in the Grand Slam situation is play that Super Saturday for the guys in the draw, because you have your semis on that Saturday, and if you're the second match, I mean, man, you got to come back the next day. But fortunately, Nadal's went pretty quick, and then
3-setter.
Yeah, and then you had Federer and Djokovic was the second, went that 5-setter, and then the rain delay on Sunday. Really, like you said, Djokovic is going to get just 24 more hours of rest in those legs.
Yeah, no, I think it was not so much an advantage over Nadal, it was great for Djokovic to be able to recover. And that makes for a better match, presumably, today, which is certainly what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because, the crowd deserves a real championship match.
And in the warm-up, it didn't look like Djokovic was stiff with his legs, but it sure did look like it in the first set here. He was struggling with an ankle thing, and he wasn't setting up for his shots. But all of a sudden, he's come alive in this second set. Even though he's up against it right now. Love 15 in this game, and Nadal's making his push now to get back into this second set on serve.
Nadal looking over to his box in a little bit of frustration, and it's just so rare. And he's had no reason to be frustrated throughout this tournament. Didn't drop a set, only broken twice.
But he didn't play anyone to this caliber.
No.
And this one who's had the recent history of beating him badly the last 3 times.
He reacted well to the net cord, but didn't deliver it.
15 errors for the match. 8 unforced errors for Nadal in this set alone. Usually it's 15 errors for the entire match for Nadal. He talks about before the match in the interview how he didn't play well the last 3 times against Djokovic. My thing is I don't think Djokovic allowed him to play well. I think Djokovic has a big part of what's going on right now.
He certainly does in this one. I didn't see those matches, but he takes it out of the air, and then it's a touch shot that is just superb.
Well, it started with his aggressive ground stroke, and then he got the lob reply, the high defensive shot from Nadal, and then he's able to take a swing volley, transition to a traditional drop volley, and win the point. Oh, he's feeling it. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can see it just looks exactly like the T-shirt, doesn't it?
It does. Good catch there. Exactly.
When he's looking like the T-shirt, he's winning. He's breaking rackets, he's losing.
Out.
Well, it's a good hit, deep cross court. from his side, him trying to get that short angle on the sideline. But this is where Novak usually takes his time. He understands the importance of this point. He can win here. He takes a 5-2 lead in the second set. He doesn't want to get into a long, drawn-out battle to try to win this game.
Still a game point, 40-30. Finally, Nadal finds an opening to an open court, blasts that famous forehand and gets the deuce.
His ability to get the ball deep down the line to Djokovic's backhand that allowed him to open up this one. The laser inside out. See how he lifts himself off the ground, so much velocity and power.
Almost an eerie light in here now. This the lights on and the overhanging cloud cover.
It's like a haze, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's kind of spooky. Maybe befitting the drama we're seeing unfold below us here. Wind not a factor, lights just fine for the players.
Oh, that's the move. He just couldn't make the forehand volley. Hit the deep shot, followed it in, maybe hesitated just maybe a millisecond. So now he catches it below the net and has to play a delicate shot short cross court. You can see, watch how he has to drop the racket face here.
Again, that's respect for Nadal's speed, because he would have been able to make that shot had he not tried to be so fine trying to get it to the cross court. But, you know, he knows in Nadal, just take off and chase it. So that's the fear he puts in you. You got to make a perfect shot every time. Break point Nadal, second serve. Nadal hasn't seen a break point since back in the fifth game of the first set. He went up 3-2 after being broken back from his break in the opening game of the match. And he sliced it long. Djokovic gets out of that to deuce.
Djokovic really forced it and made a lot of trouble for Roger Federer in the semis. It doesn't look like the same thing what he's doing to Rafael Nadal here. Look at the unforced errors for Rafael Nadal, just off the charts for a guy who's usually this stingy. So stingy about his winners to errors.
I think the big difference is that Djokovic is forcing those errors to happen, whereas against Federer, Federer was just off his game so badly he was spraying the ball everywhere. And this time it's the case of the man across the net, leading to those errors. And a bad one there by Djokovic, giving Nadal a second break point.
What's weird is that Nadal's errors are coming from the forehand side because he's going for a lot. And Djokovic doesn't seem to recognize it right now and is trying to get into that backhand side still instead of noticing, hey, he's missing a lot of forehands.
Well, and he was going that way early in the first set
Exactly.
with effect. Even though he dropped that set, it was just 6-4 with one break.
Right.
So it was 2 breaks to 1, technically speaking. But yeah, he had success there. But I think he'll wind up going back.
Oh, and now Rafael Nadal showing some serious anger for a guy who's usually so composed facing adversity. Watch what he does here. That's a fist. I mean, that's not like you're slapping it.
You might have a little knuckle scrape
Yeah,
there.
hey, I don't start playing until I start bleeding. And this guy is very physical and feeling the pressure now.
Well, he's lost 2 break points. Back to deuce in this game. Good serve, pulled him out. There's the big forehand cross court. 3rd break point.
Well, this is the forehand that he likes. The one that goes inside out here while he's sitting in that backhand corner. The amount of spin, and see, he draws it up, and again, he lifts up off the ground. And look at that. That is the helicopter follow-through of all follow-throughs. That's where he gets all of his top spin.
Djokovic missed the last 3, I think, first serves in this game. Got to be very good with his second serves. Although that has not been the strength of Nadal. Even there, he drops back. Oh, and this hits that, but it's in. Break to Nadal. Showing that even the great Rafa is human. Displaying some nerves. Serving now at 3-4. He comes in and makes a good play at the net with a solid volley, angled away.
But it sure does seem like Nadal has really lifted his game to really step up against Djokovic. And Djokovic was kind of 4-1, kind of looking to run away with this set. And Nadal just slammed on the brakes on that and has come around just breathing fire.
15 love. Deep drive off the backhand. Pretty love. There's an ace in at 124. He got that new high hard one. Flat serve, new grip, deep to the corner. .40 love and a blink. Djokovic crushed the second serve. Missed it. 30-30. Very good return. Made Nadal move. Strike that ball from an awkward position. These unforced errors. 11 for Nadal in the set alone. He knew he should have had that. He was in good position. He hasn't been bothered as much by that serve as other players are.
One of the few times we've seen him not play that shot well. You know, he was in that good position. It seemed like he came off the ball just a little bit, and that's why he hit it on the tape. And now if you're Djokovic, be very careful right now, because Nadal is really the man with the momentum. And he would love to grab this break if you allow him.
Nadal's won 3 games in a row. Whoa! Clean winner from Djokovic off his backhand.
Well, that's the maturity we've talked about. He's lost the last 3 games. He is not, you know, freaking out a little bit. You look at his body language. He is not looking up to his box. He's just going back to business, bringing his best tennis right now because he has to. And he's going to your shoes.
Well, that's now you folks got to see one of the shoes Luke brought up to show me earlier.
The glow-in-the-dark yellow.
Nadal thought it was long. It didn't challenge, but it's knocked out long anyway. The next shot, 15 all. Just too big on that one, Nadal.
Really, Tim, the force's shot comes from the legs. Watch this, he gets low and he goes, explodes. He lifts himself off the ground. Really, that's that modern forehand. See how his knees are bent? And then this leveraged shot. He's flying through the air when he's making contact. And there's the light guy coming through strong. You know, not one bulb out. I think he's very professional. Make sure there's no problems up there.
Well, I think the fact is we may be getting a few screens. Heaven forbid. Forbid the heavens. Seen a few people putting their hands out, a few people putting hats on. Hope for the best here.
It'll be sad because the level of play right now is really elevated. And the one thing you have to worry about is that Steve Ulrich in the chair has a, oh, he did called it. They cut it.
Yeah. Ryan Ferry, the referee, is out. The players are off the court. And we will have a rain delay. Welcome back, world. We are back playing tennis, or about to be here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium Court. The USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. The men's championship final will continue. And word is that the weather is probably going to hold off from further suspensions, but we can't be sure of that. But worst of it has moved through. They evacuated the entire stadium of spectators because of lightning and thunder, but they are back out on court and we'll have a 5-minute warm-up. Tim Ryan with Luke Jensen. It is 4-all in the second set. Nadal won the first set 6-4. We are on serve in the second. Okay, the crowd comes alive. And we are ready to resume. 4-all, 30-all. Second set. Nadal with a set in hand. Won the first set 6-4. Djokovic needs to hold. .127, that's big for him. Down the tee.
On the tee, didn't go that wide. That's a gutsy forehand. Come out of the locker room with a brief warm-up, run around this backhand, and then explode. Look at the clearance over the net and the depth. That's just courage and confidence in your game.
Game point for 5-4 in the second. Got it. Good pass from Nadal.
Djokovic got unlucky because he had to come forward on Nadal's own terms. This is the backhand volley. Doesn't have enough stick. It's the block. And this is the backhand he was working on earlier today at the warm-up. Before the match started, that backhand drive down the line and cross court.
Deuce. Just missed on the serve. Good serve. 125 down the tee. Oh, another big forehand. I mean, Nadal didn't move to either of those. He knew they were clean winners in the previous one as well.
For Nadal, you're kind of stuck like a deer in headlights because you have to respect both the cross court and the down line, and Djokovic has shown twice now in this game, serving into his court, that he's got both.
Second game point for him here to get to 5-4. Wide, just missed.
Nadal's challenge on the call. Left side, near sideline. Ball is called out. Yeah, it's close.
Ooh, he just tagged it. Our view from here, live view, is partially blocked by the umpire's
Advantage
chair.
Djokovic.
Nadal comes back and breaks you, digs his way back. What a defining moment in this championship match. The line call's been great too. I mean, very few challenges from both players.
That's right. We played at points, so it's still game point. Djokovic. Djokovic long. That's the deuce. job.
Advantage Djokovic.
Another game point for Djokovic. Good serve. Yes. Well, he's done his part. Good, tough hold. Had to work for it. That brings his box to their feet.
5-4, second set. First set, Nadal.
A very nice positive start.
Got the pass. Guessed well, stayed right there on the forehand side. Didn't move back toward the center of the court at all.
Well, that's the dangerous part of going cross court with an approach shot. Notice that down line's wide open. You approach right in front of you. You keep the ball right in front of you. Keep the passing shot either going right to your left or across court or right across your grill. And there's the intensity from Rafa.
15 love. Got it. What a shot.
Djokovic was absolutely out of the point.
15-all.
Showing his supreme, look at that, on a dead stretch. Both players really have stepped out back on the court with some serious intensity in play.
Novak Djokovic thought he had an opening there to come in and make that play at the net.
Well, one of the most difficult things to do in tennis is to take pace off the ball. The ball had a lot of underspin, had a lot of pace on it. And you're trying to play a very delicate shot just over the net. It's easy to add pace, you just swing faster. It's easy to redirect pace, you just go nice and smooth through the contact point. Tough to take pace off. And there's the big serve that he's picked up just this week, of this tournament, I'm sorry, at the US Open. The week before, changed his grip to more of a continental grip, and he squeezed out 12 more miles an hour on average on his fastball.
That one 129 miles per hour. Game point even at 5. He got control with his big thundering ground strokes, and we're all even at 5.
Second set.
Talk about power play. Both players just seem to be throwing these monster blows at each other, and no one seems to be letting up. And whoever takes control of the rally seems to win the rally based on their power.
That's what we've been seeing here, and we're all even at 5 in this set. Take a look at that. It's all good.
We want to emphasize
15 love.
Djokovic has won the last 3 meetings head-to-head. Has not dropped a set, and they've all been on hard courts. Now, they haven't played this season. This is 2009. That's a lot of confidence for a guy like Djokovic, playing the #1 player in the world right now.
Nice pass. Djokovic took it for granted, I think, that he wasn't going to get to that ball.
Once again, it's 6'1", 188 pounds, his ability to get over it and then strike it. And that's that right hand we talk about. Remember, naturally, he's a right-hander. And you notice on that slow motion replay, it's almost like a right-handed forehand. He can flick it because he's got good coordination off of that shot.
15 all. Long, pulled him way out with that serve, and Nadal never got back in good position. Djokovic saw that, finished him off with the forehand again, 30-15. Rally, perfect. Game point for 6-5.
It's exactly what you want to do if you're a player that wants to be more complete, to have balance in your game. Not a natural serve and volleyer, but he is so talented that this really puts Rafael Nadal into a tough little situation because he can't just block the return anymore. He's got to hit it.
Wow. Standing O from his family and friends in the box. 6-5, Djokovic.
Leads 6 games to 5. Second set. First set, Nadal.
And he finished that block return.
15.
Good start in his service game. not go. Nice return, 129 mile an hour. The big new flat serve bomb from Nadal. All. That's too good.
You called it, didn't you? Big bomber.
Yep, 125 on that one.
And what's ironic is one of the things when you're a player and you develop new tricks and new shots, sometimes you overuse them, and you're not, because you've never had this available to you in your game. But throughout the tournament, he's really improved on it and when to use it.
Well, Djokovic knows where this is going. Let's see how he handles it. Big kicker. Got around on the forehand. Long run to there, though. Oh, mucked up by Nadal.
And for Djokovic, all you're trying to do when Nadal comes to the net is get the ball low in this scenario. He's off balance already. He starts running to the other side, and he just gets the ball. See how he just bunts it low? This is where Nadal is not at his best. He's okay, but he doesn't want to be playing touch shots right around here with Djokovic looming on the other side.
Thank you.
30 all. Djokovic 2 points away from evening the match. Nadal and the Tigers. Again, took pace off those first 2 shots. Nice. We've seen just excellent variety from him.
I think Nadal got suckered into this backhand exchange, something he doesn't want to do because of the big forehand from Djokovic. When it's the backhand from Djokovic, which is really the bread and butter of his ground stroke game.
Set point. Djokovic. Terrific return at the feet of Nadal. He couldn't shuffle fast enough to make the shot back. We're even, a set apiece. Through the match, that's through 2 full sets, but only 50% winning on his second serve. He wins 67% of the time at 64%, pardon me, first serve percentage. He wins 67% of the time.
It's near the real number is 27%.
For the set.
Yeah, for the set on the second serve. When he has to hit a second serve, he's only winning 27%. And that goes to what we've been talking about.
Right.
Djokovic's ability to return this sliding left-handed serve.
I think that's been a key thing. And so I guess what I'm saying is that he's not undone by the Nadal serve as everybody else in the tournament up to this point has been. Hit the line.
Taking it to Nadal.
Absolutely.
Remember, Nadal hasn't dropped a set until that last set the entire tournament. Leading up to this match, I think he was only broken, what, once? The entire two times leading up to this match. And now he's been broken, he's getting beat up, and Djokovic is leaning on the world number 1.
30 love. Good serve, 124. I mean, for him, that's a big serve. I mean, it is for a lot of players. But he's getting a couple of more miles per hour. And I think you just had a lot of emotion, right, involved. Yeah, I mean, he's just feeling stronger. So he's delivering it. Quickly to 40 love.
He went for that second serve, 115 miles an hour. That's about 20 miles an hour over his second serve average, which is usually about 87 to 90 miles an hour tops on his second, because he hits so much top spin on the ball. But again, a confident athlete feels they can start throwing bigger serves. It was up 40 love, why not?
Excellent hold by Djokovic. Open the third set.
There's the second set summary, and it's that unforced errors from Nadal. 13 to only 7 with Djokovic. But break points won. Djokovic came through when it counted.
Nadal lost in the semifinals a year ago to Juan Martín del Potro. Went on to beat Roger Federer. 2 great wins for Del Potro. Has been out all season with a wrist injury and required surgery for that wrist. Nadal got a knee bothering him at the Australian Open, retired in his quarterfinal match against Andy Murray, but then got healthy, won the French, Wimbledon, and trying to win his first ever US Open. Serbian had some different ideas. He's won 1 Grand Slam to 8 for Nadal, and that came at the Australian Open. It means as much to him to win his first US as it does to the Spaniard. Right in the wheelhouse, and he ripped it. 30 love.
Nadal is trying to make history here to only be the 7th player on the men's side in the history game to win all 4 slams in their career. Federer was the last one when he won the French last year.
Pretty special club.
And Agassi before that when he came through and won the French in '99. You have to go all the way back to '62 when Laver won his first slam, but all 4 in the same calendar year, to go back to the guy before Agassi who completed the career slam. Been done a number of times on the women's side.
135.
He's smoke.
That's a great forehand there. 40 love. Or 2 game, pardon me. That's 1 point, and we're 1 all. Here in the third set apiece. 2 solid service games in a row. Nadal started that out with a couple of ungrunted slice shots, and lets loose with the big ones. Wins the rally.
Ungrunted slice shot.
Right. He only grunts on when he's turning the ball over.
But Collins, put that in the book. The ungrunted slice shot, along with the was it the Andy Roddick right foot situation?
Oh,
In football.
yes. I have to think of that. Give me a moment. The great right foot incident.
The forgettable set in the semis.
Forgettable set.
Yep.
It's the backhand, love 30. Look for Nadal. Give it a fist bump. Djokovic hesitating whether to go in. Had he stayed back, he might have had a chance at that great cross-court shot. Stuck, didn't he?
It sure didn't. See, he rips this thing and he kind of is forced into it. He gets stuck at no man's land. Look at that. He's not even making an attempt at it. And there's that right hand once again that gives him the coordination and strength to hit that shot. And you know he senses the moment.
3 break points, Nadal. That's a good reply there, but he's got 2 more to go.
He covered a lot of boxing. This has that kind of feel, doesn't it? They're really throwing big punches back at each other.
Yeah. Well, I've always said these 2 sports are really very similar. John McEnroe picked up on that in recent years, and he's been a boxing fan, and he kind of came to the same conclusion. Backhand miss. It's mano a mano. It's played within a confined area. And oftentimes the man who walks out onto the court and makes it appear as though the court belongs to him is the winner. That's more often the case of higher ranked player and a lower ranked player. When there are 2 greats like this, the anticipation is high that you're going to get a very dramatic match. And the break by Nadal to 2-1 in the 3rd. So Nadal at the break. 2-1 in the 3rd. Set apiece. Big forehand again. Djokovic was there, but couldn't manage the return. Tremendous pace from Nadal. Took a little breath out of him, that exchange. That's another good forehand. Cross court this time. Nadal finding the range on that side. 30 love.
It's been, in my opinion, the turning point so far in the second set. That cross-court backhand passing shot, when Djokovic got caught kind of in no man's land, it's been a complete turn for both players. Nadal has lifted, and Djokovic is still kind of trying to get organized again.
Made a great return, 131-mile-an-hour serve, but took himself totally out of the next shot.
What he had to lean for. Look at how he has to throw his body into that shot. Now he's still falling over, and while he's going one way, he's got to stop, pivot, and get to the other side. It's too late.
40 love, so the payoff for Nadal's discovery of how to hit the big flat serve. We've seen a lot of payoffs in this match so far. And a good hold, the 3-1 in the third.
Rafa's going to go to the sideline and get a freshly strung racket. This usually means more control for the player. Freshly strung rackets, hasn't been loosened up like you've used a racket for a few games at this velocity. So the tighter strung racket gives you more of a tight feeling where it's getting the ball back in the court. A looser strung racket's more of a trampoline feeling that it's going to take off. You get more power but less control.
He forced him by coming in through the air.
Both players will probably walk on the court with about 8 to 10, sometimes 12 rackets strung, and sometimes different tensions as the elements change. Because we started, and it was daylight.
4 o'clock this afternoon. Well, first ball was about 4:20. Played 2 hours and 19 minutes of actual playing time with the hour-and-a-half rain delay between. And Nadal got forward. Djokovic rested his shot.
It's the constant energy of Rafael Nadal that is so hard to play against because he never plays a soft point. He's constantly keeping you aware of his presence and his power. And that's all attitude.
All second serve. Didn't measure that well. That's a bad loose forehand from Djokovic.
Those forehands were landing for about a set and a half. And that's a sign of fatigue, loss of focus. Big moments now for Serbia.
15-30. Lots of room down that side. 2 break points, Nadal.
Now you can always tell from both players how important they feel the point is by the number of times that Djokovic bounces the ball and how much time Nadal takes between points. And watch our Djokovic, he's going to take his time and bounce this thing like 30 times. Switches. Now watch this one. We'll go another 15 here. How about that gutsy play from Djokovic. He's done it once earlier in the match, and he comes up on break point down. He's already down a break. They come in, play this nice and deep. Doesn't worry about pace, but placement does the damage.
One breaker saved. 30-40. And it goes out. Back to deuce. Two well-played points in a difficult circumstance.
Tim, at this point, don't you start to think, even though it was played on Saturday, the five-setter with Federer could be starting to creep into his legs, into his, you know what I mean?
It should be.
Yeah.
And not only that, but what he's played here tonight, 2.5 sets, he's had to run probably more miles, or at least as much.
The points have been a lot longer.
Yeah, they've been longer points, and Nadal makes you go corner to corner to corner to corner. So, no, I mean, that's a point very well taken, but, you know, sometimes he looks like he's going to die out there, and he musters, you know, himself again and comes back. So I'm not about to write him off from a fatigue point of view at this stage, but I think you're onto something.
He's not breathing hard, but his energy level, kind of like his blood sugar, kind of sank when he lost his first, when he got broken the first time in this set. Here we go, break point opportunity.
Third break point in this game. You may have to go to the strings to the head trick.
Wake himself up.
Yeah, exactly. Went for a little extra, knocked it wide. Third break point save. Deuce. These long games of having to dig yourself up, that takes a physical toll as well.
The adrenaline stop pulling you.
Yeah, right.
You know, because it's been such an emotional weekend from Super Saturday, and then carried over the rain delay yesterday. You know, when am I going to play? When am I going to play? It just never happened. And now coming out here and just playing at such a high level.
1 point second serve. Great shot from Nadal. Allowed the backhand, lets him down. 2 games to 2 in the third.
Third set, 1 set all.
High drama. So much at stake for both of these young players. 24-year-old Nadal already with 8 Grand Slams. 23-year-old Novak Djokovic. We look forward to this rivalry lasting a long time. So the disappointment of not having a Federer-Nadal final has certainly been at least a very good substitute thanks to Novak Djokovic's efforts. Got it. Just missed that. Arthur Ashe Stadium court. Those 23,000 tennis spectators. And Cody held that until Djokovic had to make his move. Love.
That's it.
Challenge, but like he was just pointing out that this where the spot actually was.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I see it. Good. Hit the line. Still in play. What can you say? Even Novak had to smile at that.
Well, these fans who came in to see this is not a day of work for a lot of these people who braved the traffic and getting out of work early, stayed through the lightning storm to see this. I mean, this is Hall of Fame legendary stuff from both players. Just the athletic move, just look at the amount of racket head speed.
Thank you.
Crowd erupting.
(4-2). Nadal. There's a break in this set. Djokovic serving. Djokovic coming in more here, trying to shorten these points. That top spin shot coming down lower and lower. If you don't have the speed to get there in time, it's a tough shot to get up over the net. Nadal electing to get around to his forehand.
Keep the noise down between first and second serve. Thank you.
He had to go too far to do it. 15-all. Djokovic trying to get the crowd to be a little more sedate. Good luck, Steve. Got it. That was a beautiful volley.
15.
The way he sticks it, stays sideways, punches out through the shot, gets enough depth and pace on it to hit the winner.
(15:30) at 2-4. On the forehand.
He looks tired, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Really, his energy levels really dropped. And right now, if he is tired, easy to understand why through the long, tough tournament US Open has been with the heat, the wind, the competition. He's starting to think about how much gas does he have left and how to conserve it and play it at the right times. Doesn't help. What is that, 20-some shots? Look at him. We talked about how he has breathing issues at times, and now, even though he puts everything into this forehand, this is at count, what, 19-20 in there? He's got to pull the trigger, I'm saying 5 or 6. He's already down a break. He's down break points. Even if he wins these points, the anaconda play of Nadal just squeezes the energy and power out of his opponent.
Nice touch there, got himself in perfect position.
Look at Djokovic's body language. Deep breath, he had to get up to that, not just get up to it. Watch how he has to get low. See how low he had to get for that? That's all lower body strength. And he's picking off now the backhand pass going cross court, which is a great observation by Djokovic because he's been burned there a couple of times.
Back to deuce. Another game point, Djokovic.
That helps. I mean, one swing, 1 point for anyone struggling with fatigue, anyone struggling with kind of recovering from point to point. A big weapon like a serve can really help. Yeah. he's got that look, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's faced 8 straight points in this set. Oh, and a loose forehand there.
But it doesn't kill him because he's up a game point. He doesn't want to get into a 10, 15, 20 ball rally with the guy. Might as well finish it on your own terms now.
All right, that's good, thanks.
There's your unforced errors. 10 already for Djokovic, 4 only for Nadal in this set.
Straightened up as he hit that backhand.
You notice
another
that
break point.
Djokovic tried to serve and volley. You notice that? He tried to sneak in and he hit a nice serve, but this is where the return, see, just down the line, so Djokovic has to kind of back up, put it in reverse. That ball just clips the line, and now Nadal's got you. He's such a character. You just ride this match out with him, ups and downs and highs and lows.
By Nadal, back to deuce.
I could watch Djokovic play anywhere, anytime. Because have you ever called a match of his that's ever been routine?
No,
never.
And the thing is that he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and every little up and down he shares with you, whether you want it to be shared with you or not. and obviously, he talks to his box. I tell you what, he competes.
That's what he is. I mean, he is a warrior on the tennis court. Fight for every point.
Advantage to Nadal.
It's a fatigue serve right there. That's a lot of fatigue in that delivery, in the way he pushed up, and you see Dad is getting tired too. Mom's left. Where'd Mom go? Brother's gone. The front row is waiting for the fourth set. Look at his face, Fudges. They'll go to him. This is great.
He looks like he's out on his feet. I mean, he's like the boxers that come back. They're talking a boxing analogy, and they're getting beat up, and they come back and throw that one big punch, turn the fight around.
He's so tired right now. He's just swinging away.
But he's not totally out of energy.
No, not at all. He's calculating. Right
well, I don't know how much he's calculating. That will know soon enough. But
what I'm saying is he doesn't go for that big forehand if he's got enough energy to play a full rally. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
he
yeah.
checked out early. He was going for that shot early in the count.
On it. This is break point number 4 in the game. Nadal has only broken 1 out of 10 opportunities in this set.
There's another bad passing shot.
Yes.
Let me go back to it. That's the shot he was practicing. No, I mean, the one thing Nadal was practicing in his match, in his warm-up before this match, that deep backhand cross-court and down the line. And he's missed a few of those down the line. Cross-court, he's been on target. It's the down the line that's let him down.
Got a game point. This game alone is almost 11 minutes old.
And I love Djokovic's box. I mean, they're up on their feet and they're just willing him to another level, to hold serve right here.
Well, there's a chair and a banana waiting for you, Novak. Hit the chair.
But that's the beauty of following Djokovic. This guy truly just doesn't give up ever. And it doesn't matter if he can't breathe or not. It doesn't matter if he's missing every shot, double faulting all over the place. He's going to fight. And you've got to respect that. It's so much fun to watch because he's going to take his big swings. And that's what happened in the semis. And he comes out a winner after being down double match point.
15 now. One-footed him that time, and big forehand from the lefty. 15 off. 21. 30-15. Too good. That kicker that Djokovic has handled that well, but when it's so perfectly placed, it's virtually impossible to get it back. Game point, 5-3. Nadal. Only 2 in the match.
Biggest thing with double faults, it's not really, you know, if you double fault, it's when you double fault.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if it was 30-all, it's an entirely different type of mindset. Now, he's still up a game point at 40-30. Expect one nice and wide out to the backhand side to open up the court to the left here. That's his bread and butter. He'll throw that all day. That's only 105 miles an hour. It sets up the second shot. Now a 5-3 lead in the third set. And I think one thing that really we may have overlooked, both of these players are playing very smart tennis. They've been electric. We've seen some amazing points, but they've also been very smart with the way they've approached the big points. Nadal hasn't converted a lot of break point opportunities, but he's trying different things all the time, chipping and driving and moving around.
Start and a must-hold game to stay in the set. 5. What tennis players do when they didn't have anybody in a box to look up at them. How do they manage? How did the Rosewalls and Lukens and Lavers of the world? Right.
Well, they didn't have chairs on the sideline either, and they didn't have tiebreakers to go to. They just played these long sets, and they all played singles, doubles, and mixed because you had to play all 3 disciplines to make some type of money. This is a big part of the set for Djokovic because if he loses this game, Nadal starts out serving in the next set.
On that miss. 2 errors from him.
My thing is, do you really trust the people in the box to make those calls? Because they always look to their box, should I challenge this thing?
Right,
You got like 6, 8 people up there.
They have a vote.
Exactly.
And then they finally give them the decision. And
thumbs up, thumbs down. Caesar up in the box.
Oh, nicely struck.
Well, he hits this one with a lot of pace. With the look at how he sets up and then he explodes. See his rotation? Starts with the hips, goes to the shoulders, and then his arm flies through the strike zone, and that's where he gets the velocity.
Game, Djokovic.
For the third set at 5-4. Nadal hits the last good ball. 15 love. 3 sets from the third. 3 points from the third set. 2 hours, 54 minutes of playing time. If you just joined us, there was an hour and a half delay because of a storm that came through, thunder and lightning. We continue to see plenty of thunder and lightning from these 2 players. Got him.
But how much did it take out of that? Look at him. I'm throwing everything I got, buddy. Here we go. It's this forehand right after this shot. He pulls Nadal off to that side, and then see how he takes it on the rise. It comes right up to the strike zone, and there's that release. That explosion right into the ball, and he's taking the ball downtown and going for a winner.
20 shots in the rally. Crowd totally into this. And Novak doubters are becoming Novak friends, watching his efforts.
He paused right there. Earlier in the match, he would have kept moving forward. Mom's back, the brother's back, and they're on their feet. This is the look he earned.
15-30. Fresh as a daisy in the 5th set against Federer.
Oh, exactly.
He summons up resources that don't appear to be evident.
There's a let serve. Wow.
Sal thought he had an ace. He's had only 4.
Oh, that's a let. 15-30.
Yeah, no, I say he's had only 4, not no aces. He thought he had an ace. It was a let. There. Nailed the line with that angle.
Fair deal.
Look at this. That's a beautiful shot of him hitting that slider. And look at Djokovic throwing his entire body to try to just get there. Can't do it.
30 all, 2 points from the set is Nadal. Ace that time.
40-30.
Good for the match. Set point. Well, these guys played doubles together in the tournament not so many weeks ago in Toronto. Now it's life and death trying to really lay each other out here.
That's right. That's right.
So much for having fun, a little hit and giggle. Good to serve, and the set goes to Nadal.
6 games to 4.
2 sets to 1 for the top seeded Spaniard. And the ball drops in. He let it go. Thought it would be long, and it Had enough topspin to bring it down. And it wasn't even topspin. Just a beautifully lobbed ball that falls gently on the baseline. Love 15. That stab by Djokovic just put just enough spin to have it spin away from the fleet-footed Nadal, who in his own determined style was bent on getting there to make a play on this. Comes out of the other side of your picture. Look at this. $15 all. Ball was just out. 15-30. This is a critical situation here. A little look for Nadal. An early break in the fourth, up 2-1 would be brutal. You can see he hit the baseline, but just outside the sideline. That one well left.
Djokovic moving forward and trying to cut off that backhand pass going cross court. Is starting to lean towards that side. And this is where he needs a big serve. He needs to take his time and just play it just right.
That was a lengthy sentence for a shot just wide. Uncle Tony, his protege and nephew, has found himself in a very physical battle here, trying to win his first U.S. Open.
Nadal is 4 for 22 on break point opportunities in this match. And man, if he wins this, he had a lot of looks in a lot of different places. Djokovic survived. Boy, he almost missed that one too. There's a lot of underspin on that shot. And Djokovic had to come up set. And notice how he kind of had to lunge at this. Watch the amount of slice when this ball kind of kicks back and he had to leap at it.
Game point. Opening game, the fourth.
First game, fourth set.
And he holds up. Numbers from the third set.
Well, the big thing, in my opinion, was Djokovic's unforced errors, 13 unforced errors, but no break point opportunities. He had some entertaining points, but he was the one. Look at break points for Nadal, 11. He only converted one, but look at the amount of chances Djokovic is giving Nadal. But he can't get upset because if he doesn't like the call, he can stop the rally. He's got 3 challenges on the board right now. And with the, with this system, there's no way you should be getting upset at the line umpire.
No, that's right. Absolutely. I mean, he looks dead on his feet, totally out of it. Things are not going well, and then boom.
Well, this is how much talent he has, and we saw this in the Federer match. Remember, down double match point, he came up with huge ground strokes. He lifts his legs up off the ground to apply even more velocity and body weight into the shot.
30-15. Okay, he knows where this one's coming to. Got it on the forehand side. He knew when he hit it. He knew when he hit it.
I really believe that no matter what happens in this match, what he's done in the semis and finals really has, reinvented this guy, who was kind of like a neat little new guy on the block and has kind of gone away the last couple of years.
Yeah, but he came in here as a 3rd seed.
I understand.
Third-ranked player in the world.
He was below the radar. Guys weren't talking about him.
No, it was all about Federer and Nadal, and maybe Andy Murray, right?
But what he did in the semis and what he's done here on fumes and finding some extraordinary tennis as Nadal goes back to a freshly strung racket. He'll put his dampener back into the racket. So when he hits the ball, there won't be as much shock that goes down into his grip.
Well, there must be a lot of shock when he strikes a ball. He's got a big dampener, right?
Well, you hear the crowd. They're yelling. They're cheering Novak.
Right. Yeah, well, they're into this guy. I mean, they have to be. As much as Nadal is a crowd favorite, when you see the other guy with this kind of effort, willingness to hang in here, besides being battered around the ring. He's on the ropes, but he's not down and out. 1-all on the 4th set, down 2 sets to 1. Love 15.
Bring up the cowbell. Did you hear that?
I did. Must be some Swiss guy left over from the Federer group.
I've never heard the cowbell at the U.S. Open final before, but you can't have enough cowbell in your diet.
Yeah, that was a weak-looking forehand there.
High risk, high reward tennis.
Yep.
And now we're going to see exactly what Djokovic has left in his game because he needs it right now. What does that tell the whole match? 4 so far early on in this 4th set. It's that cross-court backhand pass again. Djokovic has picked up on it, is sitting on it, and Nadal has not made the adjustment. I mean, all you have to do is look up and your opponent's sitting right there. Next time you're in that scenario, go down the line. It's wide open.
15-30. Still a good look for Rafael Nadal here. As Luke said, a break early here would pretty much seal the deal. Huge forehand. Djokovic couldn't get a racket on it.
See how he steps up forward, he goes towards the ball, gets his body weight moving forward, and then he unleashes a massive forehand down the line.
2 break points to go up 2-1 in the 4th. Get that one.
4 for 23 in the match. He had a break point opportunity the last time Djokovic served. Now he's got another opportunity. It really is amazing throughout this whole tournament. Nadal's return, which is usually one of his strengths, has not been there.
Those folks are not counting any chickens in that Nadal box.
That's right. Especially Carlos Costa. I mean, that guy's a nervous wreck. Look at him standing up. That's the agent for
Net
Nadal.
court goes long. Nadal has a break, 2-1.
2 sets to 1.
Whoa, that was a little weak effort there from Djokovic.
15.
You know, it's the cutter serve that's been extremely effective in the last couple of sets. That high bouncing slice serve, a deadly shot for all lefties. Going into the ad side where a lot of big points are played, the ad in and ad outs, 30-15, 15-30. Such a big advantage for those lefties to have that cut shot.
Well, to go back to the boxing analogy, my great friend and best TV analyst ever in boxing, Gil Clancy, used to say, all southpaws should be drowned at birth. Right-handed boxers never wanted to face them, and the trainers certainly didn't want to have to deal with them. And he's up 40-love, this southpaw of some renown in his tennis world, going for his first U.S. Open, up a break here in the 4th, and 2 sets to 1. Match 8 aces in the match for Nadal. And that gets Carlos breathing a little more with a smile. USOpen.org. You can get all the details on this match. The stats are kind of interesting. You know, they're kind of all over the place. And imagine Nadal, 5 out of 24 break point opportunities. 5's all he could muster to break through, and yet here he is leading in the match and up a break here in the 4th.
he's failed to convert on so many chances. It's the lack of chances from Djokovic. 3 for 3 on breakpoint opportunities, but that hasn't been nothing in the third set.
Right.
Nothing so far in the fourth. The quality of shot, especially off the serve for Nadal, has really been extremely effective to hold serve with ease.
Opened up the court. Found plenty of room for that forehand.
You can really sense Nadal squeezing the tennis life out of Djokovic right now. I mean, just taking him and just squeezing every ounce of fight out of the guy.
Love 30.
Second serve and volley attempt, total desperation. I don't think I've ever seen him, talking about Djokovic, serve and volley on a second serve before in my life.
3 break points for Nadal to pretty much cement this for him. He'd be up 2 breaks in this fourth set. And it would take more than just a gallant effort on the part of Djokovic to pull out of this. I really felt at the end of the second set that he might be the one to go on and win in 4, but the determined Nadal just sucked it up, erased all of his problems from that second set, and showed us why he's the #1 in the world.
I'll tell you, for about a set and a half, like that second set, halfway through that third, Djokovic was the best player.
Yeah, no,
better player, you know,
right.
and then just couldn't maintain it.
That's a really tiredness there. And this guy, gallant is the word for him, though. 4 games to 1, Nadal edging closer to his first U.S. Open. Rafael Nadal, despite that scare earlier in this match, now very much in control. Up 2 breaks here, 2 games away from his first ever U.S. Open. Missed it with Dean Love. If he should go on to win, he would be the first Spanish champion here since Manuel Orantes back in 1975. Over on the old Forest Hills court.
On clay.
On clay.
Yep, when they changed it from grass in '74 to clay in '75. And Connors won in '76 on clay after winning in '74. Jimmy Connors, another left-hander, is the only player in U.S. Open history to win this tournament on all 3 surfaces, grass, clay, and hard courts.
And had he not dropped that second set to Djokovic here, Nadal, had he gone on to win in 3, would have become the first man in the open era to win the Open without dropping a set. But Djokovic took one from him and hasn't conceded anything in this one yet, but 4-1 and 2 breaks. Hard to imagine a comeback here by the Serbian player. 30-15. Novak was in the final here in 2007, losing to Federer. He's yet to win this title. And I think it's safe to say that at age 23, not only will he have many more chances, but I would think he's going to get one here. That shot making here in the circumstances, down 2 sets to 1. 1-4. Brings it to 30 all. Djokovic comes in to put the pressure on, and now he's got a break point.
Once again, showing the will of a champion. He's won a major before. That's the Australian Open. He's been to the finals here before. He is just not going to let this guy roll over him. Look at the determination on his face.
Thank you.
Long deuce. Long, and Nadal now with a game point for 5-1.
There's Rafa's mother. Here comes the cowbell ringing once again for that great shot.
Yes.
And this is how he does it. He goes inside in here. The ball's up in the strike zone, and he rips that just inside the line. Had a little bit more topspin on this forehand. Notice how he got underneath the ball and lifted it with a nice little arc on it. Some of the forehands we've seen have been pretty flat.
Please.
And a miss on that same forehand. Nadal again, great game point for 5-1. Yelling at himself just to stoke himself up here.
Djokovic is
Taking a challenge.
Left left side, far sideline. Ball was called in.
Can't just express enough the great job the line umpires have done. It's such a circumstance with the long day and sitting through the rain delays and things, and not many challenges, not many overrules.
No, it's a good point. They're the best at what they do, and they love the sport. Djokovic comes up with a nifty little touch shot. Gets back to deuce.
Well, he's really used the drop shot and drop volley throughout this match from time to time. He's made some, but this time really gets down. Notice how he bent his knees and didn't bend at the waist.
And here comes Usain Bolt of the tennis circuit. You know, because he doesn't want to give away anything. Just great stuff, both these guys. I mean, the touch he could have after the grueling effects of this match, what the shot Djokovic produced was quite extraordinary. How about that return? Oh, that's too good from Nadal.
You notice how Djokovic even went to that side again, and it was such a good passing shot. I want to emphasize the right hand again, how he comes through so quickly with that right hand. It almost becomes like a right-handed single hand forehand. See how fast that right hand on the top part of the handle comes through and gets this short angle.
Game point again. Trying to get to 5-1. And he does. A game away from his first U.S. Open championship. 9th Grand Slam victory and a career Grand Slam of winning all 4 of the majors.
Well, I can't express enough the journey that this champion has made from a clay court specialist who was told there's no way you can win on the fast courts at Wimbledon, the grass courts, the slick, low bouncing grass courts. He's won it twice, and he beat Federer there.
It was amazing how fast he had success on the grass. To be able to learn it and feel it, figure it out.
And the final jewel in his crown is this title, and how he's evolved and he's come into this tournament so many years beat up, injured, fatigued.
The last stand of Novak Djokovic, and he wins the first 2 points.
And I truly will always go back to his way about playing this game. I just want to improve.
Right.
He doesn't. He understands if he improves, he'll win. He'll get better. He'll win more titles.
Just missed the ace. He doubles. A little extra effort on that. He went up to 119 on a second serve.
And so many times, players who are developing lose track of that. They get result-based. They do not get developmental-based. They just don't dig into what is helping them get better and evolve as competitors and tennis players.
Djokovic wanting desperately to hang in and make Nadal serve for it.
But have we seen one loose point the entire tournament from Rafael Nadal? He doesn't take a point off.
No.
He may miss,
yeah.
and he may play better, but this is what you get from the practice court right to the match court. Every day he steps out there. Djokovic. I mean, up against it, still throwing lasers, big serves, big ground strokes.
He's got a game point. We get to 5-2 in the fourth. Comes in. Perfect little volley. Had to reach down for, which must be painful to do. The stronger Nadal appears about to prevail. The Djokovic family will have plenty to be proud about, even though they'll be disappointed in the apparent result soon to be. They can all go home with heads high this performance, and a finalist at the US Open for the second time. Nobody knows better than they what it took to get him here, and what effort he'll make here to try and prolong this. And he's angry at himself for not keeping that ball in. 3 points in this first US Open Championship. And the crowd erupts again at the effort of both these players. Nadal prevailing at the net.
Has the crowd been louder? I mean, it's throughout this tournament we had some amazing moments, but they have really lifted both players, their spirits and their energy.
No question. It's still a very huge crowd that stayed here through the rain delay to see this championship match on a Monday without Federer in it. That was the hope of all. The Nadal-Federer final, and Djokovic has made this a very entertaining and exciting match, battling the number one and providing lots of brilliant shot making of his own. 2 points from the match and the championship. Second serve. It dropped over the net cord. Djokovic wasn't the best move he made at it, but he knows that. A little luck, why not? He's earned it. Maybe 15. Sure bet Rafa will go for the big heater here. No, he didn't. He went with the bread and butter, but the next shot was long, so it's 30 all. The crowd gets aroused by that with
They want more tennis.
Yeah.
I mean, they want Djokovic to get a little break,
Sure.
serve right here, make it interesting. If he can break here, this crowd would go crazy once again. 10 o'clock Eastern time. 3 hours and 41 minutes.
Ball is good.
Challenge it, challenge it.
He got the paint. I don't know whether Djokovic could see it or not, but he's just enjoying the moment that the crowd is appreciating the effort of both the players, but it looks like he is challenging. He must have called it immediately. And it was good. Championship points for Nadal.
Thank you. Ready.
Rafael Nadal, 24 years old, just completed a career Grand Slam, winning his first U.S. Open. Much respect these two players have for each other. Number one beat number two as Djokovic passed Roger Federer today with his victory over Federer in the semifinal.